Absolutely beautiful. All right, it's live again, but it lost the stream. It's a new stream on YouTube, and there's nobody on Twitch, despite there being people in chat, apparently. All right, I guess I'm back. I guess he's busy. All right, still stuck at 0 viewers, by the way. Suddenly jumped to 25. Okay, love that. Um, Beautiful thing just happened. Again, Linux is incredible. Um, I'm assuming running two virtual machines, one of which has most of your computer's resources, and is also incredibly stupid, ended up crashing my system. And there's no real way to recover from something like that on Linux. Because, like, if your system is slow because some applications are using too much memory, how do you fix that on Linux? It's not exactly an intuitive way to do that. So that's one of the many wonderful things about Linux. And even if there is a way, the answer is a terminal. So there's that. A very user-friendly system. So I found it easier to just shut it down and try again. Not gonna lie though, I'm kind of starving. So stream won't last for much longer. But oh, forget when I run a virtual machine, I actually have to like open it, otherwise it doesn't run. All right, I guess we're back. I mean, I was gonna check out. This is running so much faster now. I should have probably realized that this was gonna be a problem. Alright, so I installed a documentation viewer, but turns out I don't care about that. I still want to know what a... Oh, you couldn't open. Okay. That's the second application I open out of two that I installed. And the first one told me I had missing dependencies and offered to install them. The second one just told me that I didn't have them, and that's it. What's the point of a package manager if it's not gonna manage my packages? Um, there's a MIDI player? Aw. No live input? Damn it. Is there a MIDI editor? There's a sound recorder. Oh, I'm now live. Okay, good to know. You can even select text. Holy shit, look at that. All right. Don't save. Oh, we have Sudoku. Interesting. How do you select a number? Like that. Interesting. It's kind of, sure. All right, I'm not gonna stay here solving the entire thing. Or am I? No, probably not. That's enough. Right, the button being on the top left like Mac, but then being so weird, it feels really weird. What else did I install? I feel like I installed other stuff. I don't know what PE is. I definitely didn't install that. I installed Text Studio, but it doesn't open. Again, I love that you can install an application and then it doesn't install all your dependencies. Oh, and a package manager. Sounds great. And this is why I still haven't added dynamic libraries to my system. Oh yeah, he's done licking himself, so... Whoop. There. It's just a little placeholder for him. Have you heard of a Uxn and Varvara ecosystem? I haven't. No. What the hell is that? That's askbing.com. I love that this happens also. What am I looking at here? Does this feel like completely unrelated results to what I looked up? Two-person art collective. Among their projects include the Uxn and Varvara personal computing stack based on a small virtual machine used to build portable software in the assembly language Uxn. You know what? It's no longer an operative system. Mine is now art. Yep. I'm now making art. Officially. Yo, it's looking pretty good. An emulator that works on your system. Below are links. Implementing your own. Wait, they have a Linux or BSD version, but they also have a Mac or Plan 9 version. How are these the same? It's not the same at all. Why? Wait, this sounds interesting as hell. Alright, hold on. I want to hear more about it. Just gonna look it up on my laptop on actual Google and then check it out more later. That sounds interesting though. Right, I tried to install Chocolate Doom, but I think it crashed before that happened. So, what's Playground? Why am I doing this? Hmm. Okay. I'm very confused by this system. I don't know what to think. I haven't formed an opinion. Like at all. Not even half an opinion. What was PE again? Oh, wait. Twiddle? What's twiddle? What's twiddle gonna do to my text? Let's twiddle the text. Oh? It just inverts it. Why is it called twiddle? I'm honestly not even sure what I'm looking at anymore here. It's a kind of weird OS. It sounds interesting. And it seems pretty stable, like it works well. Which is more than I can say for the other one that shut down my entire computer. But, I mean, I might as well check this out. Wait, hold on. Can I make a MIDI with this and then check out the... Yes. The editor. The MIDI player, I mean. Sure. Wait, what am I doing? What? Okay. Alright. Oh, okay. Is that very loud? That feels very loud. It's also not very intuitive. I thought you would think that... Oh, no. Like, I want to move it. Why can I not move it? Even though that's a moving icon. Alright, let me hear my masterpiece. I love the delay. It's like 30 seconds delayed. Alright. So, there's my composition. How do I exit this now? Here? No? Here? No? How do I go back to my track? Here. Here, okay. Then, oh, this is pattern editor. Okay, let me see that. Can I not drag that? Oh my god. Alright, can I save... can I export it as MIDI? There we go. And we're going to export it to my desktop. We're going to call it untitled. So that's... Don't feel like typing. I don't want to save that. Thank you very much. I just want to go into the MIDI player. And I want to drop the MIDI file. Play it again. Wait, once you stop it, you can start it again? Why not? Now, this one's very quiet. It's also in the wrong octave, yes. What does a MIDI file even look like? Wait, there's also media player. Can that play? No. Maybe I want to make a MIDI editor one of these days just for fun. Alright, whatever. Doesn't matter. We'll get to it when we get to it. That was interesting. I don't know if I'm just hungry, but I cannot form a proper opinion on haiku. It was interesting. It was... Yeah, I want to see more. I want to see more. I can say that. Okay. Well, reaching the end of the stream, but all right, so probably tomorrow I kind of want to work a little bit on my code editor again, but not necessarily on the code editor. It's, well, yes. I'm genuinely just going to start writing my to-dos here. That's probably not a bad idea for me to just start tracking my to-dos in here. It already gives me like version control. It's all here. You can just put it in its own file if you feel like it. And that was my plan all along, to just put the to-dos in here. And also, now it's back to 110. Oh, wait. There's a lot of to-dos in the compiler, apparently. It's 100 to-dos in the OS. There were 70 before. How did that happen exactly? I don't know, but I removed a lot of them. Why didn't I use cred? It's not ready yet, but I want to go back to it actually. Since I'm working on the code editor, I also want to work on the compiler. Alright, but I closed the damn project that I was working on. Which, by the way, I want to... make a link to OS repo projects code brain code into brain code. Should be able to open it from here now. All right. Oh, because I never saved what I wrote. Okay. So yeah, I kind of need to fix the scroll for this thing to be usable. Ideally, also not make it as slow. Funnily enough, though, it's rendering that's slow. You would think that the file saving, the file operations are the slow ones, but no. It's the rendering that's slow. Right, this thing, the file selector. I kind of want to move the file browser and its logic for just going into a directory and showing a list of files and maybe even selecting a file. Put it into a very simple library so I can access it from different places. It's literally all just one file with like 200 lines of code. And most of it, I could just put it in a library. It would make it a lot easier to do, to work with. Maybe even just a header-only library would be nice. But anyway. Probably header-only would be the best way to do it. What happened to what I was writing? Wait, hold on. I was writing here. And then I was writing in another instance of the same file. And now I'm back to writing here, but I lost what I was writing here. I have the file open twice. And it's kind of a mess. Alright, so tomorrow we're going to work a little bit on this. Probably I want to focus on the file selector type of thing. Because... yeah, I can put it in just a header-only library and then import it. It's going to make it a lot easier to use. So I can just render files. Don't need to sneeze. Render just a list of files and be able to open code from there. And maybe in the meantime, I also want to deal with like how the file browser chooses how to open certain extensions. This wouldn't be part of the library. The library would just have a callback. When you open a file, or a folder for that matter, just return that file or folder to be opened. But the actual file browser, right now it can open .red apps, it can open text files, and it can open directories. But like, I want it to be able to open .c, .cpp files with the code editor. I kind of need to define a system to do that, because in a way it is kind of inter-process communication. You would have to create the process, but rather, what is he doing? I kind of want to design a system to do that. So I'll want to do that tomorrow as well. Well, I don't know about tomorrow, but yeah. A system-wide edit method for... No, not baked in. Just that from the file browser you can open the code editor. You know, like you can do here. I just don't have a system to do this, pretty much. Which also opens in Z. Alright. Yeah, so I want a system to do that, like link extensions to files, to applications. Because I currently don't have that, but now I have a file browser, so it would be useful to have it. And another thing is hopefully having a system for preferences or settings that can be mostly standardized for applications in my system and easy to use, ideally. I'm thinking of NS defaults. Again, most of the apps that I've made, most of the code that I've written on a professional and extensive basis has been iOS code, so I'm just gonna pet you. Hi. Mostly familiar with that kind of stuff. Oh, wet. Ew. Drooling. It's gross. You don't even drool. What the fuck? There. Yeah, Apple has something called NS defaults, which, yeah, it can be kind of straightforward to read and write preferences. So ideally something like that, but you can also edit the file directly. Just a default way of doing it. Kind of want to design that. Let's see, is there anything else? I had a lot of ideas for things that I want to do. But anyway, these will do for now. And of course, text selection, file selector in the editor. And kind of for the file system, not the file system, the I did make changes to this library, so if I put this here, it's gonna end up in the changes too. My ad screen just disappeared. So no ads anymore, everybody. Hi, MX. Alright, so this is another thing that I want to work on short term for my build system. Though not necessarily not necessarily sure how I'm gonna do it. Maybe it's something that I want to explore for my programming language as well. Yeah, so kind of need to go back to the programming language as well. But right now there's a library that is used by both the game that I'm working on that I mostly run on Linux and the code editor that I mostly run inside of the OS. Since it's the same library, I need to change the target from redacted to native, which translates to Linux. I kind of need a way to do that dynamically, so I don't have to go into the build file for this project, change that, and then like compile it every time. It's kind of annoying. Also, does the stream have background music? No, I think it's another tab on your browser. Another kind of issue that the build system has is that it's compiled. That's not amazing, but when you make a change to it, it compiles itself again with the change that you made, but it runs the old version, so it kind of I don't know, kind of isn't great. You have to run the build command twice. So I kind of want to make those improvements to it. But tomorrow I mostly want to focus on code editor and file browser. Once the code editor is actually usable, so I'm thinking hopefully text selection and file selection to be able to navigate projects and also select text and stuff. Hopefully I'll be able to write some code in it, but also the lag issue with it is not amazing. But once I have that, I'm also going to want to be able to build. And I think I might be able to start building the build system. The remote build system that I've been planning on doing. So essentially being able from my system to tell Linux to run compile commands for me. So something like that. Okay. I'm genuinely starving to the point that I'm starting to feel weak, so maybe I should go eat something. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining. I was considering streaming again in the evening because I used to do that, but I barely do it anymore. But no, I think better off if I rest and stream tomorrow. Tomorrow's stream is essentially 24 hours from now. It's at 8:30 European time and 7:30 UK time. Should also be more accessible to people in the new continent, despite being... See, I'm reluctant to call it America because like that's the real name of the continent, but the country came by and hijacked it, so I hate validating that, but anyway, in the American continent, although it is on a Monday, so conflicts with school and work. And it's in my evening, so I stream for like 2-3 hours. But anyway, tomorrow I'm going to work a little bit on the editor, I'm going to work a little bit on the file browser. Not sure I'm going to have time to do everything. The ad manager is back. I just went black for a minute and now it's back. Don't think I'm going to have time to work on the build system. But again, coming soon is the build system expanded, the automatic build system. I don't know what to call it. So if I don't work on it tomorrow, I'll work on it soon enough anyway. All right, thank you so much everybody for joining, and I will see you on tomorrow's stream.